Hi everyone, my name is Karen and this is my channel KGFL Creations. Today I am participating in the hashtag 20 sewing questions, which was started by Annette from Sewing in Michigan. I will link her channel down below so you guys can check her out, and the hashtag 20 sewing questions. So let's get into it. I'll put the questions down below. I'll be reading them. I have them right here in front of me, so I'll be answering the questions as they are. I just copy them. I didn't think about the questions, so let's see how quickly I can go through the 20 questions. So question number 1, how do you feel about using a new pattern? Well, sometimes I feel a little bit anxious thinking about a new pattern because it is a new pattern, as it says. I don't know if it's going to fit properly or not. And then you have to go through all of the measuring and making sure that you get the right size and all of that. But I'm always looking for a new pattern, something that it's a little bit different, so that it's different from my regular TNTs. So yeah, a little bit anxious. Question number 2 is, do you remake / mend? I would say no. I'm not too crazy about remaking anything. I do have one shirt that is kind of coming apart here. It's a linen blend and it's coming apart in one of the corners, and I already took that out and is already on my in the bin to kind of go out of the house. And yeah, I would say no, I don't remake. I don't redo anything. I don't usually take anything that's old and redo anything. Now, mending, sometimes I will. My husband asks me a lot to mend some of his shorts and some things that he's wearing in the garage. There's always something ripped, so I'm always mending his stuff. But for me, honestly, no. If there's something ripped or something going on, it's out. Question number 3, do you make toiles or mock-ups? Well, I do sometimes. It depends on the actual pattern. If it's something that's a bit fitted that I need to make sure that it will fit me or my daughter, I will do a toile / mock-up. Yes. But if it's something simple like a t-shirt or just maybe a regular shirt or something that from the measurements I feel that I don't need to make a toile, then I won't do that. So I would say maybe, I don't even think it's like 50-50. Maybe like 30% toiles and the rest no toiles. Well, number 4, how do you feel about pre-washing fabric? I do feel strongly about it because I wash everything. Yes, I wash everything. Every single fabric I have purchased in the past, everything gets washed. At one point when I purchased a lot of fabric from Joann's, I had a ton of fabric here on my table. Until they all got washed, they did not get into my closet here where I have my stash. Everything stayed out here, and as I was washing, taking one by one piece by one piece, putting them together in light colors and washing them, only after that folding, and then they would go into my closet. Before that, no, it does not go into my stash in here without washing. Question number 5, do you finish your seams and how? Well, now I do finish my seams. I would say 90% of it is using the serger. I bought a serger specifically to finish the seams. In the beginning when I started sewing, I didn't even know that I needed to finish the seams. But now I do. I need to finish the seams. So I would say 90% of the time it will be with the serger. I have done French seams, and I have never done a full flat felled seam. If that's what it's called. Yeah, I did the faux flat felled seams, which I serged and then I stitched on top, making the 2 rows kind of like it is a flat felled seam, but it was serged in the back. So yeah, I do 90% serging. Question number 6. What is your favorite sewing activity? Favorite sewing activity. Let me think about that a little bit. I think it's the actual sewing. Yes, it is the actual sewing. I do like to get into the machine and start sewing. Yeah, I just like to keep going and going and going in the machine, put it on and stitching one and stitching the other and making everything. Yeah, I think that is my favorite part, the actual sewing. Question number 7. It's the opposite. What is your least favorite? Well, I think my least favorite is cutting the fabric. And I'll tell you why. Because usually I try to save as much fabric as I can. I don't like to put the pieces all willy-nilly all around and have a bunch of leftover pieces. So I have to think a lot. Before I start cutting something, I usually open everything on my table and I put the pieces down. I look at it to see if everything will fit first. You have to fit in the fabric. Have to do that and make sure that everything, all the pieces that I need will fit. And if they fit properly, that I don't have weird leftover pieces. Granted, sometimes we cannot do that. Sometimes you do have some weird cuts left over, but I try my best to not have some weird cuts, and then I can have some actual big pieces that I can do something else later on. Number 8, stash fabric or new fabric? Well, right now is stash fabric because I have not purchased fabric in a long time, and at one point all of that was new fabric. I purchased them for a reason, but now pretty much everything is stash fabric. That's what I'm doing. I am going to my stash, picking out something and doing that. So stash fabric for now. Number 9, are pockets a must? No, pockets are not a must. They're good to have, but they are not a must. If a dress doesn't have a pocket, I'll just make it without the pocket. I have no problem with that. But if it does come with the pocket piece to make, then I'll add the pocket. It depends on the pocket. If it's just a pocket that is flapping around, I will usually change that so it is attached to something and it's not going around. If it's just something that I cannot attach to a waist seam or something else, then I will not add the pocket. I will leave something without a pocket. So I prefer to have no pockets than to have pockets that are flapping around. That's the way it is. Let's go to number 10. Knits or woven? Oh my goodness, knits or woven? Well, I sew both and I like them both. Which one do I prefer? Actually, I think I prefer wovens. Lately, I have been sewing a lot of wovens. I just finished sewing a bunch of dresses for Project Dress a Girl 2025, and they were all cottons. And yeah, I did sew a lot of wovens, and lately I've done this top here, and I have been using a lot of wovens from my stash. So lately, a lot of wovens, but I do like knits too. I have no problem sewing with knits, no problem at all. I use my serger for most of it, just a little bit using the actual sewing machine. But yeah, so right now I think I'm in the woven part of the equation. Let's go into number 11. Favorite fasteners? Oh, no fasteners. That's a weird question. Favorite fastener? If a garment has a fastener, it'll either be buttons or a zipper or elastic. Can you call that a fastener? Well, I just do whatever the pattern calls for. If it's buttons, it will be buttons. If it's zipper, it will be a zipper, and on and on. Now, if it's the pants, if the pants call for a button placket, I will not do a button placket for pants because that will take too long for me to undo to go to the bathroom. There, I said it. So I will not do button plackets on a pair of pants or a pair of shorts or something that I have to go That's a big no-no. Big no-no for me. Number 12, sewing for self or others. Well, you guys know who I sew for. I sew mostly for myself. I would say 80% it's for me, and I do sew for my daughter. That's a lot of my sewing, for myself and for my daughter. And I also do sew for charity, like I just did in the beginning of the month for the Project Dress a Girl. Let's go into 13, YouTube or Instagram. Well, this is a no-brainer for me. YouTube all the way. I do have an Instagram account. I do post there sometimes, but I still don't understand the platform that well. I don't get how you post things. A friend of mine from work tried to teach me how to use it, but it still doesn't get into my brain how the thing works. I do post a couple of pictures here and there. I don't know how to do a reel post, or there's something else there are a couple of the things that I don't understand much. Now YouTube, you do your videos, long form videos or short videos, and that's pretty much it. Simple. So YouTube all the way. Question number 14, dresses or separates? I do like dresses. I have sewn a lot of dresses for me. I have been wearing a lot of dresses lately because I have a bunch of new dresses that I want to wear. And I did not used to wear dresses in the past because I did not make them. And when I would go out to buy dresses, I didn't like them that much. So I have been getting into a lot more dresses. But I do wear a lot of separates. But I have not sewn a lot. Well, let's take that back. I have sewn a lot of tops. Yes, I do have a lot of tops that I've made. But pants, I have made only 1 jeans and 2 regular pants and a palazzo pant. Yes, that's it. And I have made 2 skirts for me. That's it. So I have a lot more tops compared to bottoms. So I'm like tops up here, a lot of them, bottoms down here. So that needs to kind of equalize a little bit. But fitting pants is something that I am struggling a lot lately. For my last one, I struggled. The one prior to that, I struggled. So it is a struggle for me fitting pants. So I need to work on that. Once I get that buttoned up and I can make pants that I am happy with, maybe I'll get a little bit more into making bottoms. I do have purchased a couple of denim fabric, some stretch fabric that I can make jeans, but I need to get into that. But yes, a lot of dresses, a lot of tops, missing the bottoms. Number 15, how do you get rid of or pass on your me mates? Well, I have not done that yet, because I have not removed any of my me maids out of my closet. At one point I need to do that, but I haven't done that yet. Right now I'm still wearing pretty much everything that I have. There's one top that I kind of took it out because it's kind of falling apart in a couple of places, and I don't think I'm going to give that away. I just might maybe I'll just put it as a donation somewhere. Maybe somebody wants to reuse it or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that top, but everything else has been in my closet and I have been wearing a lot of it. Still have to see which items I don't wear as much, and then from there I'll decide what I'm going to do. Let's go into number 16, which is quick sew or an involved sew. I do like me a quick sew. That's a palate cleanser, isn't it? When you are doing an involved sew, when it has a lot of steps, sometimes it's good to just put that one aside a little bit and make something quick, a little t-shirt, a little set of pajamas, something nice and quick that you can do it in a couple of hours, and then you pick up and you're like, wow, this is done so nice and quick. And then you're ready to go into your involved sew and then start working on that. I do like to do involved sews because your brain starts working Can get frustrating if it doesn't work the way that you want, but yeah, I do not shy away from an involved sew, but most of the time they are usually quick ones. Number 17, social or solitary sewing. Well, when I'm in here, I'm usually by myself. My husband does visit me sometimes. He comes in here to talk to me, ask me how am I doing and what I'm doing. And I also talk to my daughter a lot. I ask her opinion in a lot of things, but most of the time I am here by myself. Now, socializing, I do socialize every Saturday. I go into a Zoom meeting that was started by Carol from Polly Sews. Actually, she changed her channel name. Don't remember the channel name now, but yeah, she changed her name. She started this Zoom meeting every Saturday, and I really look forward to meeting all the ladies every Saturday. We talk about a lot of different things, mostly about sewing ideas. We talk about what we're doing and fabric, and yeah, it is really, really nice to talk to people that are like-minded. And then we get ideas. It is really nice. I look forward to this every single week. And when I can't attend the Zoom meeting on Saturdays, I do get very upset. But sometimes it does happen because if I'm traveling, if I'm doing something on that Saturday that I cannot be in the meeting, yeah, but I do love my Saturday Zoom. We call it the Zoom social. So yeah, I do like that. I look forward to it every single week. We're getting to the end. Number 18, do you have a dedicated space? Well, this is my sewing room. I call it a sewing room, but this is the guest bedroom. Yes, this is the guest bedroom, and it is also an office. Yeah, 3 things in this one space. I have the desk over there where I have my machines, and I have to always touch here because my iPad where I'm reading the questions, it always wants to go to sleep, so I'm always hitting it. Let's go back. I do have a desk where I have my serger and I have my actual sewing machine where I flip around the laptop. I know you have seen my laptops in the back there, but this is an office because I do work here one day per week. I work from home and I'm in here working. My daughter sometimes has to work in here whenever she has to do something at night or something, she is in here. This is also a guest bedroom. I do have a Murphy bed here. I did show it in a video last year when we redid this whole thing here. We painted the room and we put in the Murphy bed because I had a queen bed in here, and I couldn't do anything else because the bed was in the way. So we decided to do the Murphy bed. We made the whole outside of the Murphy bed. And now whenever we have a visitor, all I have to do is close the table, pull down the bed, and that's it. This transforms into a guest bedroom. So yes, this is a 3-in-1 room. Let's go into number 19. Labels or no labels? Well, I love to put a label in my garments. I do like labels in every garment. Do I put them in every garment? No, because I forget to put them in the garments. But I try to remember to put a label in every single garment I made. They're so cute. And it tells you which is the front, the back. Usually you put them in the back. If it's a t-shirt, it's the back, and that's how you know which one is the front and which one is the back. Same thing for the pants. If it's an elasticated pair of pants, you know which one is the back if there's a label there. So I do try to put labels in every single garment that I make. And last question, question number 20. Percentage of me-made versus ready to wear. That's a tough one. I have never counted. But I think I have more ready to wear compared to me-mades. Could it be half and half now? Let me think of my closet now. Maybe it's 50-50. Because I do have a lot of tops. I made a lot of I wear a lot of t-shirts. I made a lot of tops. I have a lot of dresses. which I did not have before. I have blazers, jackets that I've made, but the pants, most of them are ready to wear. Jeans that I have, Bermuda jeans, also I have a ton of those. Capris jeans, I have a ton of those. Sleepwear, still have a lot of ready to wear. Have not made any underwear or bras or anything. Swimwear, I've only made one so far, a top and a little pair of shorts. Everything else is ready to wear. Still need to work on that. So I would say maybe 60% ready to wear, 40% me made, or maybe 30% me made, 70 ready to wear. I think I have more ready to wear. Granted, I have not been sewing for that long. I started my YouTube video, my YouTube channel 2 years ago, has it been? Yes, 2 years ago. And I started sewing a little bit before that, maybe a year before that. So yeah, not a long time to accumulate a lot of me made. So yeah, I think I do have more ready to wear than me mades. That was the last question for the hashtag 20 sewing questions. Again, I will put a link below to Annette's channel. She was the one that started with these hashtag, and it's going around and around. A lot of people are starting to catch up on it, and I decided to participate in it this week. I'm going to end this video now, and if you liked it, can you please hit that like button below, and if you can also subscribe, it will mean a lot to me. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.